Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm glad to have you. And if you're not new here, also welcome. I'm glad to have you. Thanks for coming back. This video is part of a 3-part series about solo traveling. Today, for part 1, it's going to be about some reasons why this is the year to start solo traveling. Part 2 is going to be some of my favorite tips and tricks about how to get your first trip rolling. And part 3 is going to be all the things that you need to take your first solo trip. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and hit that tiny little bell so you are first to know when I upload all my new content. Alright guys, so solo traveling. I have totally been in love with solo traveling since I took my first trip back in 2018 to Costa Rica. I was absolutely in love with Costa Rica and with solo traveling, and ever since then I have vowed to at least take 2 trips a year. I think it's good for the mind, body, and soul. And now I'm at a place where I want to share all of that with you guys too, because I know that solo traveling might seem like something that's a little scary. Maybe it's not for you, but trust me, after this 3-part series, I might just change your mind. I definitely think that it's something that everyone should do at least once. There's nothing better than spending some good quality time with yourself, and this 3-part series is gonna, that was 2 fingers, 3. This 3-part series is gonna give you everything that you need to know to make your first successful travel. The first number 1 reason why solo traveling is for you right now is because you have the time and the funds to do it right now. I know that the biggest thing for me when I first started was I had all of this free time. I just started nursing. It's only 3 days a week, full time. I had a lot of extra cash. I'm living at home, you know, all this disposable income and a lot of free time, and nobody else was kind of in that same place as me. I think that a lot of the times, you know, us and our friends are at different places in our life, and I was at this place where I was more than ready to start going places and seeing things and doing things, and in a lot of ways I was the only one. So right now you have the time, you have more PTO than you know what to do with. You can probably jimmy your schedule so you can take 4, 5, maybe even 6 days off without really running into trouble, taking too much PTO. Your job is flexible. You can work remotely, especially if you can work remotely. I mean, there's Wi-Fi everywhere. Like, if you can do your job at home, you can do your job on a boat in Mexico. I mean, why not? And hand in hand with that, you have the funds. Maybe, you know, because of all, you know, the pandemic stuff, or, you know, I don't know, you know, you've had a lot of disposable income. Maybe you live at home like me and you don't necessarily pay rent. Not that I don't pay rent. I don't pay rent, but I pay for other things. You know, I make up for it. I contribute to the home and the household. Or, you know, you've been saving up for a really long time, just kind of waiting for something to throw your money into. Not throw, but, you know, just waiting for something to like put your money into. I think that solo traveling is a really good way to mix that, you know, extra free time and more disposable income together. Next reason why solo traveling is for you: if you are single, you know, you have no attachments, you know, no children, you know, you're not really in a committed relationship, there is no, you know, there is nothing holding you back from just traveling the world and exploring. You know, if you just want to take some time off and spend the next 5 days in Tanzania, no one's going to be looking for you to make them dinner, and no one's going to be looking for you to clean your house. It's your house. Like, nobody else is, you know, you don't have to answer to anybody else but yourself. You know, everything that you're doing right now is to, you know, make yourself happy. So I feel like this time in our lives where we are single, don't have any kids, we're not married, things like that, like, it can be very short-lived. You know, you never know what next year is gonna look like, or, you know, the rest of this year. So why not take advantage of where you are in life right now and take a trip, do something for yourself, treat yourself, spend time with yourself, good quality time with yourself, getting to know yourself. I'm telling you, it's priceless. And I think at a time where you only have you to focus on is the best time to do that. And who knows, you're single now, but maybe after that solo trip where you're living your best life, being your best self, and just exuding all this confidence and love of life, you'll meet your life partner. Who knows? Or you'll meet some really great friends that you would have never met if you wouldn't have decided to take that trip. Another reason why I think that you should start considering solo traveling is if you're kind of looking for new ways to treat yourself, to get to know yourself, take care of yourself, live your best life, do the things that make you happy. I think that solo traveling could really help with that. I think that traveling in general could help with that. But I do think that there's something special about spending time with yourself, especially in a new country, a new atmosphere, even a new state. It doesn't have to just be like going to another country that, concludes a trip. I think that anything going out, even just taking like a daycation, with yourself is amazing. You kind of like never really know the things that you're gonna like, or, the person that you are until you spend that quality time with yourself. Which leads me into another reason why solo traveling might be for you. If you like the idea of kind of like recreating yourself, or, just being anybody, or, like going somewhere where nobody knows you and you can be anybody that you want, I think that solo traveling is so perfect for that. I think that it's something that makes me fall in love with it, because, you're at this place by yourself and nobody knows you. You don't have to be the introvert anymore. You don't have to be the person who's shy, or maybe the person who doesn't like coffee, or doesn't like to go on runs, or, never thought that you would be going to this concert or this museum. Like, you can literally be and do anything that you want. You don't kind of have to live within the confines that a lot of the times we create for ourselves and our personalities and our happiness. A lot of the times, because of the people that we are around, I think that solo traveling can be really freeing, because it kind of allows you to recreate yourself in a way that helps you, find yourself in new ways. I think that whenever I'm on a trip, I feel like every day I wake up feeling like somebody new, and I explore that feeling, and I see where it takes me. And I think that it's one of the most fascinating things about solo traveling is just getting to be whoever you want, whenever you want. And speaking of introverts, extroverts, if you're the kind of person who makes friends easy, solo traveling is for you. Like, you don't know how many people are also solo traveling. I've met probably 2 or 3 girls that I'm still in contact with today, who I think are pretty good friends of mine, out there solo traveling and just kind of seeing where it takes me. And when you're going out to do things, maybe I think that a really big thing when you're taking solo trips is to book group excursions. So I might be by myself, but I'll do things in a group of 10 or 15 people, just so I can kind of like mingle, make new friends, see if I vibe with anybody. And if you are really good at making friends, then you're not going to have any problems traveling by yourself. And you'll probably leave every trip with a box full of new friends to go do other things with, maybe in your own state, maybe in another country, lifelong friendships that you made just because you decided to step out your comfort zone and, try something different, meet new people, things like that. Not saying that the friends that we have right now, need to be replaced or anything like that, but I think that there's always room for growth. There's always room for new people to add into your life, and new people for, to pour into you and for you to pour into them also. And, if we always stay within the friend group that we've always had our entire lives, or, the people who've always kind of been around, I think that we're really limiting ourselves in, everything that we can be and accomplish in this life. So definitely, if you're good at making friends, or maybe you're not so good at making friends, but you'd like to try, definitely consider solo traveling. All right. So another big one that I just love about traveling solo is you do not have to. I'm trying to think of a way to say this without being selfish, but you don't have to think about anybody but yourself. You know, I think that a big thing about group trips that I kind of hate is everybody wants to do a bunch of different things. Some people like to wake up early, some people like to stay in late, some people like to party, some people like to chill. It literally gives me whiplash. But when you travel by yourself, you can wake up at 10 o'clock. Who's gonna bother you? You can wake up at 1 p.m. Girl, who's gonna bother you? You don't want to go to the beach today? You want to go to the mall? Go to the mall, girl. It's just you. Ain't nobody mad. Do whatever you want. You don't want to eat at that place. You know, you think you want steak tonight. You know what? You don't even want steak tonight. You just want to order food to the crib. You just want to watch Netflix. Girl. Do it. It's just you. And it's only you. You literally can do whatever you want. Like, it is so liberating to go on a trip and just, you can literally do whatever you want. Like, no one's going to tell you, no, I don't want to do that. No one's going to say, oh, I'd rather do that later. You plan the day. You make the itinerary. It's like you. And then you. And then you. And then you some more, and then you some more. Like, it's completely freeing. And piggybacking off of that, if you are deciding to travel this year, not saying that you should or shouldn't, definitely follow all the CDC guidelines and make plans that are best for you. But if you are traveling by yourself, I think that you are really limiting your risk immensely.
You don't have to worry about other people being safe, if other people are washing their hands, bringing their germs back to you, or other people want to go to the club, you don't want to go to the club, and they go to the club without you, and they bring corona back to the Airbnb. Girl, none of that. You can be as safe
and as cautious as you want to, and you don't have to worry about all these, extenuating circumstances or factors, because you know exactly what you are doing to keep yourself safe. See what I mean? And that goes outside the pandemic as well. When you are traveling by yourself, you can just, it's so much easier to play things by ear because you know yourself and you know what you want out of every day. You know what you want, out of the trip. So you can really kind of tweak things just to your liking. The next reason why you should be solo traveling goes hand in hand with the last one. And it's because solo traveling, I promise you, is almost stress-free. You don't have to worry about if all these people are gonna, submit their money on time. Make their money on time. If the dates work for them. If they like the spot that you chose, Airbnb, maybe they want to go to Jamaica and you want to go to Cuba. None of that. Where do you want to go? Oh, you want to go to Africa? Okay. When are you off? Oh, you're off next weekend? Oh, do you have the money? Oh, yes, girl, the trip is booked. I mean, it doesn't really get any simpler than that. Like, it's literally stress-free. Like, you don't know how many group trips I planned, not last year because of quarantine, but just like when I first got out of college and, I'm trying to go at all these places. I want to do it with my friends because I love them, blah, yada, 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 yada.
And they canceled for one reason or another. Somebody didn't have the money, somebody couldn't go, something came up. Most of the times it's the money, and that's the most annoying part. But, things happen, and, you have to be understanding. But it was like trip after trip after trip after trip. And I was like, dude, am I ever gonna, get out here? Like, are we ever really gonna, make it onto the plane? Like, no. Like, it's the worst, honestly. But when you do it by yourself.
Oh, yeah, girl, we off that day? Yeah. Oh, girl, we got that money? Yeah. Oh, girl, we always wanted to go here? Yeah. I guess we're going. And then however many days or months later, you're going to find yourself sipping champagne on your international flight. And it is just that easy. All right. So the last reason why this is the time for you to solo travel is, girl, maybe you're not going to go this year. Maybe with the vaccine, we can probably do something summer. maybe winter, who knows. We really got to get this coronavirus thing on track. But either way, even like 6-7 months from now, if you get flight insurance, the flights, the accommodations, the excursions, everything is like mad affordable right now. Like mad affordable. Like, I wanted to go to Greece last year for my birthday in October, and tickets were looking at like $800 ish round trip, and that was probably the cheapest. And I'm thinking about going in April, God willing, everything goes well, and tickets are like $500 round trip, and it's like 7 days. I'm like, dang. People are trying to incentivize people to travel, so even they're just making it a lot easier. And it's not just the flights too. The excursions are also cheap. I'm looking at like boat rides. I'm thinking about Greece. I'm looking at boat rides. I'm looking at tours. I'm looking at like museum entry fees, and everything right now is at a discount because, like I said, they're trying to incentivize people to travel. So
I mean, if you've got the money, you've got the time, and you can be safe. I think you should do it because, I mean, nothing makes more sense than booking a trip that's like discounted. I mean, I would do it.
So if all of these reasons that I've given for solo traveling are kind of making sense to you, this is just the icing on the cake, and I feel like you can do it. So to wrap it all up, guys, I believe that you have a heart for exploration. I think that you have a heart for trying new things and, discovering yourself. And I think that solo traveling is the perfect way for you to do that. I hope that I have convinced you to at least think about taking your first solo trip. And if I have convinced you, or maybe you're kind of waiting to find out more, trying to make it work out in your brain, definitely stay tuned for my next video, all about my favorite tips and tricks about how to make your next solo trip seamless. All right, guys, that's it for me. Thanks for joining me through this video about my passion for solo traveling. I hope that you're considering it as well. Definitely stay tuned for my next video, part 2 of this series that's going to be coming out soon. Also, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, hit that little bell so you're first to see when I upload all of my new content. Definitely leave me feedback if you love the video. I love hearing from you guys. Maybe you're already decided you want to take a solo trip, or you want to hear questions about places that I've already been. I would love to hear from you guys. Always don't forget to be yourself. Have fun, love, and be confident in yourself. I will see you guys soon back here at Table for One.